Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Mike with the Bayird Pre-Owned Super Center. Again, of course, we're here at our all-new location at 3050 South Stadium in Jonesboro, just right here south of the I-555 bypass. I can't decide if I ever want to call it the 555 bypass or the triple nickel. I know some people have been using that. So anyway, we're right here on Stadium Drive. It's Red Wolf Boulevard on the other side of the bypass. But I've been around Jonesboro for a long time and been in the car business down on this end of town for a long time, so I just still call it Stadium. I'm gonna call it Stadium even if they change it down here. That's just gonna be what I'm gonna call it from now on. So anyway, we're here in our all new location. Of course, our inventory is bigger and better. Our lot's bigger. We've got so much more to offer our customers here in the Jonesboro area. We used to be located over on Highland Drive, and of course we moved over here about 2 months ago. It's been great for us. The large lot, again, has allowed us to have more inventory. Having that service department in the back has been really helpful for us, and then also some of our customers as well. And it's helped a lot of our Bayird customers who maybe bought their vehicle in Paragould just get their car serviced here in Jonesboro because they live here in Jonesboro. And some of them were driving to Paragould. So this service department has definitely helped out on that as well too. And again, if you've bought a car from somewhere else and you're looking for a service facility to take care of you, we can help you with that. We can do anything. We can service any make or model. We can do maintenance. We can do repair work. We can do tires. We do it all here. And we're very competitive on all of our pricing. I've had a few customers here that I've talked to about tires. Actually some friends that said, hey, we're going to go here to get some tires. I'm like, hey, hold on. And they're like, no, I've always used this place. They give me great prices. And I'm like, well, at least let me just, shop you a price, right? And we've beat a lot of our competitors on pricing tires because, for one, I've talked about him before. If you've never watched this before, our service manager here is Tracy Wolf. He works for a large tire store here in town for 27 years. He's extremely knowledgeable and he has the hookup. So we have tire trucks actually coming in. I mean, we see them pulling on the lot all day long, delivering us tires. Always making sure that we get the best deal on tires for our customers. So. We're going to talk about some inventory today. Of course, the Christmas season is definitely here. Winter is definitely here. We're definitely getting to feel some of the cold effects, and it's cold out here today. I think right now it's about 35, 36 degrees, and definitely feeling it. We hope definitely everybody has a great holiday season. Definitely in this year of craziness. Of course now, you got people saying, maybe you shouldn't gather for your family and stuff. I'm like, hey, you just do whatever you feel is right for you, and especially after a tough year, it's great to get around friends and family and enjoy the season if that's what you choose to do. It's totally up to you, right? And that's the great thing, I guess, about our country is you can make those decisions most of the time. And really the great thing about Arkansas, we live in a pretty conservative state that where the government doesn't try to tell us what to do about everything. We see it on the news. Obviously, there's a lot of states that, they just, they don't have a choice. Proud to live in Arkansas during these kind of times for sure. So we've talked about it before. Sometimes you'll come on our lot. We've got our inventory that we put our clearance tags in. This is inventory we've had a little bit longer. We need to get rid of it. Originally, I got a special buy like on these Kia Souls here, and I bought a handful of them, and I'm left with 2 of them. And I always call it like the pick of the litter, I've had people ask me before, what's wrong with these cars? Well, there's nothing wrong with these cars, but it's just like, a pack of puppies, right? You have a bunch of puppies, somebody is going to be the last puppy, right? So sometimes we have those, and the great thing for the customers, it is a benefit to you because we've got these marked down to move them out. We always want to keep our inventory fresh, keep it rotating. That's actually, how we make money is actually rotating cars quickly. A lot of people don't know it and don't understand it, but car dealers, we actually pay interest on these cars. We have a thing called the floor plan, and on average, it costs a dealership about $44 per day to have a car sitting on the lot. So that can be pretty expensive. So the faster we sell it, the better we are off. We actually end up making money by discounting the cars, which, contrary to what most people would believe, where they would think you make money by having the prices higher. So that's why turning our inventory is very important to us. We always want to keep our inventory fresh. That's just good for us. It's good for the customers. Plus, I don't like a car to sit on. You know, I know some dealerships that they'll just sit on a car until they sell it, and they've had it for 2 years sometimes, and that's not even good for a car. It's not good for, you know, the rubbers, the plastics in the car. So we want to keep these things ready to go all the time. And that's part of what our staff does a lot as well too, is they come out here and they start these cars, we drive them around, we move them around, make sure they got gas in them, make sure the tires are good. You know, this time of year, a lot of you are probably seeing that low tire indicator pop up on your dash. You know, the tire fluctuation, the air fluctuation in your tires is causing that. And it's definitely good to check your tires. You know, some people say, I'm not even worried about that because, you know, it just seems like it always comes on. But here's the thing, it's kind of like the story about the boy who cried wolf, right? If you leave the light on all the time, you won't know when your tire is actually low. So definitely recommend always be on top of that. That way you don't have those problems. So anyway, we've got some cars we got marked down right now. We got these Kia Souls here. I got two of them to pick from. They're both 2020 models, still under factory warranty, around 20,000 miles on both of them. They're priced right now for $16,999. It's a nice low monthly payment. It's definitely a savings over buying a new one, and it's a 2020 model, so you're getting the new body style. Kind of walk down here. This is my favorite car that I'm actually disappointed that we still have. This is a 2020 Mitsubishi Outlander SEL. So this is one of the top packages. This car here has 13,000 miles on it. It's a 2020, so current year model. It's got leather interior, third row seating, heated seats, touchscreen radio. It's got a lot of the frills, a lot of the goodies that folks are looking for on their next car. 30 miles per gallon, and right now we've got it priced at $20,999. So, I mean, this is a family-friendly vehicle in a lot of ways, right? It's family-friendly because you can take your family with you. That's important, right? It's family-friendly because the price is low. That means you're going to have, you know, if you choose to pay cash for a car, you're going to spend less. If you choose to finance it, you're going to spend less every month. And then on top of that, you know, 30 miles per gallon for something that you can take your whole family in. Again, another family-friendly option there. It's got great features like the backup camera, blind spot monitoring, so it's actually very safe as well too. So that car right here, if you're looking for third row, you're looking for inexpensive, you know, a nice low monthly payment, that is a great car for you. Definitely come check it out. And if you're not familiar with Mitsubishi, you know, they don't have a lot of dealerships around anymore. I have no idea why. I know nothing about the Mitsubishi franchise system, but I will say Mitsubishis are great vehicles. Personally, I've owned 3 in the years. I haven't had one in probably about 15 years. Was probably the last one I had. But I personally own Mitsubishis. They're great vehicles. They've been around a long, long time. And Mitsubishi they're kind of like GE. They have their hands in absolutely everything. From cars, they do machinery, they do big trucks. I haven't seen it in a while, but used to, some of the grocery stores here in town carried 3-Star Diamond Foods. And if you saw that on a can, that was actually owned by Mitsubishi. It was a parent company. So Mitsubishi's kind of, like I said, got their hands in everything. Very large global company. They really do make good products. And so I definitely recommend that one. Still under factory warranty too, by the way. So we've got that. We've got some other vehicles here if you're still looking for third row. I've got some bigger ones here. I've got like a Nissan Pathfinder, Buick Enclave. We've been selling quite a few of these Enclaves here lately. This is, again, another one of those. It's kind of like pick of the litter deal. But this one, it's actually a pretty popular color, 2020 model, white in color, has a tan interior. For whatever reason, it seems like it is hard to find the tan interiors in some of these Buicks. So we've got this one, but we also do have one with the gray interior if you prefer it as well. This one is actually on sale for $31,999. Still gets 26 miles per gallon, still under factory warranty. And you're going to see that's kind of a theme on a lot of our vehicles here. The one owner concept, you know, a lot of these cars are lightly used. They still have factory warranty on them, and they're a whole lot cheaper than they were new. And that's really the best thing about buying a pre-owned car is saving that money. And that's why folks like to buy pre-owned. We got some small cars to pick from here. If you're looking for something a little bit more fuel friendly, we got Nissan Sentra. This is actually a 2019 model SV. And you'll notice as I walk around to these cars here, it's really easy for me to tell you what they are, just like it will be easy for you when you come by the dealership to shop because of these window stickers that we place in these cars. So we provide you with a lot of useful information. We consider it to be just like shopping online, where we put all the information, the most relevant information right up front, so that way it's easy to find. Everything from what year model it is to what trim package it is, how many miles per gallon it gets. This one gets 37 miles per gallon on the highway, 29 in town. The price on the car, I mean, that doesn't sound like a novel thing, but go shop around and try to get some prices on some pre-owned cars. It's hard to do. Usually you have to get a store employee. Usually they're going to have to fumble out a sheet of paper and then look through the list, and they can't find it, and they look back through the list. And the reason I know that is I did that as a salesperson back in the day. You used to have to carry around that paper and try to find that car, and sometimes that list, if you didn't get it every day, which usually the managers did not print it every day, you had an outdated list. So that car might not even be on your list, and or you'd be looking for a car that doesn't exist anymore because it sold yesterday. So that's the problem with the old paper list. Plus, I'll tell you this too, as somebody who's been a manager in this business for the last 10 years, I see it and I hear it all the time. Customers, matter of fact, I'll tell you this, my sister, she lives in Florida. She saw a car on a dealership's website. They looked at it, they went down to the dealership, and they got down there in the dealership, they didn't price their cars like this. And I don't know if they thought, hey, these people might maybe look like we can make some more money off them, or they'll pay more for the car, so they priced her the car higher. And they said, no, that's our best price. And she said, well, we saw it on the internet better. He said, no, I don't think so. And they actually went and they changed the price on the website as well while she was there at the store. But she had taken a picture of the actual car on the website, or screenshot it or something like that, and she had the old price, and she showed them, and they said, oh, okay, well, we'll honor that. So, it's just, there's some of that stuff going on in the business. Sometimes it's the salespeople, sometimes it's a deal with the management. Either way, we just eliminate all of that here, right? So our cars are priced the same online as they are here in the lot. It's actually kind of a big deal for us to change a price to a car. It's not something that we just punch in a computer. We have to now go re-merchandise the car, things like that as well too. A lot like a retail store does, and that's okay because I want to make sure that you get the best price right up front. And so we want to make that simple and easy. And it's just like shopping online. When you shop online, you want to be able to get information. We want you to be able to get that same information right here at the lot as well. So as you look at these two, you're going to see these stickers notating if a car has the remainder of some of its factory warranty. Now inside the car, because I can't post the whole Carfax on the windows, we do actually have the Carfax located right inside the vehicle. So that way, as you're looking at this car, you can flip that open. You can see where this car come from. You can see the history of it. You can see if it's been in an accident and how much of that factory warranty is remaining on the vehicle. So as a rule of thumb, we do not buy cars for sale that have been in an accident. We do trade for them sometimes, and if they pass our inspection process, we will sell one of those cars as long as it's something minor, no airbag deployment, no frame damage, things like that. There's a lot of cars out there that have that stuff, and we understand that sometimes, things happen, right? You hit the garage can at the end of the driveway, you file it on your insurance posts that on the Carfax. So that happens sometimes, and we know that. But as far as when we're buying cars at auction, things like that, we don't buy cars with accident reports because we're buying that car at a distance before we can get to and inspect it, and it's just not worth it for us. That's just our opinion. So. But when we trade for one, we do have the opportunity then to obviously put that car up on the lift, check it out, do a road test, make sure it's a good car, make sure that we can validate that story. The customer says, hey, I got an insurance claim because I did bump that trash can. We can then look on the lift and say, obviously there's no damage behind the bumper of this car, and it was just a superficial deal there. So that does happen. There's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes you can save more money, on a car like that that's had an accident in the Carfax. But we just want you to know what you are getting when you do buy a vehicle. Just for example, this morning, one of my sales guys said, hey, there's a truck down here for sale parked on this corner. Let's go check this truck out. This would be a good truck. And it is a really good looking truck. And so we get down there, and this truck has a sign in the window, and it's a nice truck, and it says no accidents, trying to remember well. It basically said no accidents, right? Car's never been in an accident, never been off-road. Well, as I'm looking at this truck evaluating, is it something that we might buy? The price is good. So I ran the Carfax, and the Carfax shows that it was a manufacturer buyback. What that basically means, you always hear about the lemon law. That's when a car was in the shop so many times that the manufacturer literally bought the car back from the customer. Now they do take those cars to auctions and they do resell them. And it is something that the auction has to disclose, so the buying dealer does know when they're buying one of those. So I don't know, who owns that car or whatever, but that's a great example of why you absolutely need to get a Carfax on every single car. Yes, that vehicle had never been in an accident. The paint on it was perfect, but there was some history behind it. That is something that the Carfax will definitely help you as a consumer. And I've told this to y'all before if you watch the show often, which by the way, I've had a lot of customers here come in here lately, and we've sold a couple cars to some folks at home that are watching. I'd say your names, but I know you probably don't want me to say it on TV, so thank you so much for those who have been out. We definitely appreciate the business. And I don't even know where I was going with that. I just got lost. I just want to say thank y'all, I guess. So we'll kind of walk on and talk about some other cars. We'll kind of move up here to talk about some SUVs. I'm a little bit more long-winded today than usual, that's a good thing, right? Well, I like talking, and from the folks at home watching, I hear folks all the time tell me about things that they like to hear. And if you watch the show and you got something that you'd like to ask me, hey, reach out to us, give us a call. Of course, our number's here on the screen. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions you might have. So here's a car that we just put on the lot a day or two ago. This is a local trade-in, 2019 Honda Accord. This is the touring package. It has a 2-liter turbocharged engine. It does have 57,000 miles on it, which is I guess definitely higher than average miles on a 2019. But this car was in really, really good shape. The tires on it are good. It's got a lot of extra bells and features on it. It's got heated and cooled seats. It's got navigation. This one here is actually the first Honda that I've seen that actually has heads-up display. So as you're driving, if you can turn this off too if you don't like it, but it looks like as you're looking at your windshield right here, you can actually see the speed right there on the glass. So it's pretty cool. Of course, you can't see it from the outside of the car, but inside the car, it's really cool. We've got a lot of great technology features on this. These are kind of hard to come by, so if you're looking for a nice pre-owned Accord with all the bells and whistles, this is definitely that car. In addition to that, I don't have it out here today, but I do have another car that's actually going through a process right now. It's a 2016 Acura RLX. So Acura is made by Honda. It would be like the next step above, even loaded up Honda like this here too. That 2016's got 46,000 miles on it. So we're going to have one of those available soon for you to look at as well. Talk about another fun one that we just got in today. This is a 2017 BMW X3, and what I love about this car is I've seen several X3s, but it's not very often that I see it in this bright red like this, and it is a very good looking car. So it's a 2017 model. It has 29,000 miles, fixing to turn 30,000 miles. It's got the 2-liter twin power turbo. So it's actually got 2 turbochargers on this vehicle here. Got a lot of power, but still gets great fuel economy. 28 miles per gallon on the highway, 21 miles per gallon in town. Of course, inside it's got all the goodies, the bells and whistles, the navigation, the leather seats. Got some nice 5-spoke wheels on it, and the tires on this thing were also recently replaced. Panoramic sunroof up top. Really a good looking car and a lot of bang for the buck at $26,992. When I saw this one, I was glad that we got an opportunity to buy it. We've been buying a lot of cars here lately where it seems like there's a lot of dealerships not buying cars right now. So that's been helping us, making sure we get better inventory, better pricing. And that's a good thing for us and our consumers for sure. Right next to it, I've got a new body style 2020 model GMC Acadia. This is the SLT. The SLT will be one of your top packages in the Acadia. The only one I think that's above this one is the Denali. They do make a Denali, which has got absolutely all the bells and whistles, but of course it is a lot more expensive than just the regular SLT. The SLT is still going to have your heated seats, the leather interior in it. Some of these do have the navigation. I don't believe this one does, but it does have the Android Auto Apple CarPlay in it as well too, which will allow you to project basically your phone's navigation onto the radio, so that way you do have navigation using your phone. Now this one here has 28,000 miles, and it also has the 3.6 liter V6. They do make this in two engine choices, the V6 model, and they also make a turbocharged 4-cylinder, which, you know, if you're one of those guys or gals that says, hey, I don't really like 4-cylinders, don't knock it till you tried it, because I'm telling you right now, that's a strong 4-cylinder. But this one here has got the 6-cylinder in it. Got some nice gray alloy wheels on it as well too. Really good looking. Backup camera, rear park sensors, blind spot monitoring. Got all the safety features on that car as well too. Let's walk back here too. I'm going to show you some new inventory that we just got in actually today. As you're watching this, you know, sometimes we run the show for a couple weeks in a row. Sometimes this stuff may or may not be already on the website when you get there. So again, if you've never watched our show before, our inspection process goes like this. We get a car in, our mechanics are going to look at the car first. They're going to check the car out, they're going to drive it down the road, they're going to put it up on the lift, check the oil in it. They're going to drain the oil first off and then put new oil in every car, no matter if it says that it was just changed, because we want to look for things like metal shavings, any kind of inconsistencies, you know, maybe water in the oil, things like that, signs of a blown head gasket. We don't find that very often, but every once in a while we have found some issues. So, you know, that's things that you could only see, obviously, when you're doing it. So, as they got it up on the lift, they're checking the brakes out. They're looking from front to back, underneath, to make sure that there's no issues, nothing that we couldn't see, you know, standing next to the car. We've seen cars before that look completely fine. You get up on the lift and you can tell they've run over something very large. I mean, there's just damage all the way underneath the car, something that you wouldn't see and you wouldn't even know until you took it to a mechanic of your own to get maintenance done, and they said, hey, did you know your car's been bashed underneath? So we've run into that before. When we run into things like that, we wholesale those cars. It's not worth us messing with. It's just a problem child waiting. So we'll move on from that. But if it does pass our inspection, then it goes to our detail process where they detail the car. We have paint correction services where they do touch-ups on any kind of chips or paintless dent repair. They buff the paint, put new wax on it, really just make it shine. So again, these are cars that just came in that have not gone through that process yet, but should be available soon. These first three I'm actually going to show you are actually some real special buys I got. This is a 2019 Audi Q5. We've not had one of these for sale before, but this one was a really worth the money. I'm going to remember the price here for you in a second. So it's 2019 Q5, has 29,000 miles on it, and we're going to be pricing it at $29,992. Really a nice car. It's it's a mid-size SUV, no third row, not a lot of room back there, but it does have roof rack on it. Previous owner put a roof rack on it, which is great because you can haul a lot with those. Around this time of year, you can haul a Christmas tree on one. Heated seats, navigation, got a lot of great features inside. Got adjustable terrain system in it as well too, so it kind of adjusts how it shifts, how the car rides, all that as well. So we've got that one there. Right over here next to it, staying along the luxury lines, I've got a 2020 Mercedes GLC 300. This car is super nice on the inside. I wish I had the keys, I'd show you. Definitely got a lot of extras on it. Got a memory driver's seat, heated seats in it as well, leather interior. This car, again, another special buy. NADA retail value on this car is somewhere around $39,500 on this car. This is a 2020 model. I don't remember the miles off of my head, so I won't quote it, but they're low miles. And we got this car priced at $35,992. So, we're about $4,500 less than retail value on this. And the reason being on that is, it's a pre-owned vehicle. I want you to save money. I got a good deal on it, so I'm going to pass it on, and let's just make it a good deal for everybody. You know, remember earlier we talked about turning our inventory fast. I want to make sure that, you know, we sell our cars as quick as possible. So if I get a good deal on a car, that doesn't mean I'm always just going to try to make as much money as I can. We're going to try to make sure that we get a fair deal. You know, a lot of folks would like to have something like this, but there's a big difference between buying this car at $35,900 and $40,000. It's just, I mean, there's a lot of difference there. You get into $40,000, you start dealing with other cars that you could buy for that same amount of money. So, you know, it changes the whole deal, right? So we just want to make sure we got that available for you. Now, as we've talked about earlier a couple times, we do have our service department now, you know. And if you're looking to get your car serviced, you just pull right here on the right-hand side of the building. You just pull right up here. We got a service entrance. They are open Monday through Friday from 8 to 5. And as you come in, you're going to meet Tracy. Tracy has, like I said, he's been servicing customers in Northeast Arkansas in their cars for 27 years. Very knowledgeable. He's not the kind of guy, I love this about him, but if our technicians come to him and they say, hey, this car needs this, this, and this, you know, sometimes he'll kind of question it. Really, he's like, show me, you know. So he'll go back there and he'll look at the car on the rack himself. And that's very important, because when you get somebody like that that is knowledgeable about cars, you know, they're on your side as well too, because he wants to make sure that we're fixing your car and we're fixing it the right way, not just throwing parts at it or guessing, things like that too. So his experience and knowledge is very helpful on that. You know, we can do anything here in our service department that you can imagine. We've changed motors. We had customers come in with blown motors already, bought it at another dealership, had an extended warranty. We took care of it right here. You know, tires. We talked about tires. We can do brakes. We can do anything. The only thing we can't do right now is we don't have an alignment rack. We just don't have room for it, and we are in the process of expanding our building so that way we can offer that services. And we're also going to add more mechanics as well too. So. We've got a full detail shop in the back. We don't detail customers' cars right now, but it is important for us to have that here on premises, so that way we can make sure that we're getting the best details that we can find, because we're hiring the people doing those details. And then on top of all that, you know, it's about taking care of customers. Whether you bought a car from us or you haven't, you know, we hope maybe that our service work will provide us an opportunity to sell you a car when you get ready to look for one as well too. So, you know, we looked at some inventory today, and remember, you can always shop us on our website, BayardPreOwned.com. Definitely want to thank you so much for joining us. And one thing I forgot to mention this whole time, you know, all the way leading up here till the end of the year, till December 31st, come by our dealership and enter for your chance to win $10,000. So what do you have to do to enter it? Nothing. You just come by the dealership. You put your name, fill out a little thing, name, you know, telephone number, email address, so we can contact you. And we're going to draw on December 31st the name of somebody who's going to win $10,000. Now, there is a stipulation on $10,000, okay? You're going to get $5,000 if you win. And then you have to pick a charity of your choice where you're going to give $5,000. So win $10,000, $5,000 goes to you, that one, and you get to choose a charity of your choice where the other $5,000 is going to go to. So come by, visit us, 3050 Stadium Boulevard. Thanks again so much for watching, and we hope to see you soon.